So here's a little tip that I've come up with, and this is if you're taking apart a refrigeration system and you want to seal up the components to prevent moisture from getting in. So to do that, all I've done is, if you get a glue stick, a hot melt glue stick, cut a piece off, then if you heat up the copper pipe, not mega hot, and then just stick the piece to it and let it melt on. That's a really good way to seal up the part. So I'll be doing that with the compressor as well, so I'll try my best to show you how that's done. So yeah, this air conditioner was just taking up too much space, so I won't bother really sealing the discharge end of the compressor, because nothing can get in through the discharge, because the valves inside these compressors are usually really good. They could withstand huge amounts of back pressure, and you just don't get any leakage through them. Unless of course there's pressure inside the compressor, it'll obviously always come back out. So I'll make up another little sealing cap just for this part of the compressor. Okay, so I've got my little piece of glue stick here, which I just cut off using a craft knife. So just light the torch. Doesn't need a huge amount of heat, so just apply a small amount of heat like that, and put the cap on, and as you can see, it just sort of melts onto the end, just like that, and then just leave that to cool, and then that's the compressor capped off. It's purged with CO2 just now, but I don't know how much moisture was in the CO2. CO2 came out of a fire extinguisher, which I will be refilling soon, but I don't know, maybe it's best just to let a bit of air into it, but still I think the CO2 would at least be drier than the air. So now what I'll do is, once it cools a bit more, I'll actually pull it off so I could show you how easy it is to remove. Well, in theory it should be easy to remove anyway. Right then, here goes. So I should just be able to pull it off quite easily. And I can't see any sort of residue of glue left inside that. And then you're just sort of left with the cap like that, and it comes straight off. So seems like a good way to seal up stuff. I'll just heat that up again and put it back on. My next project will be to get this DC compressor system Arduino controlled. So I will need 2 temperature sensors, one for sensing the temperature of the fluid that I'm trying to cool down, and then another one for just to sense the temperature of this filter dry here, because if the fan fails, this will get really hot. So we want it to be able to cut off the system if there's a fan failure.